Out in our planet's wildest places, there's a silent war being fought every single day. And the people on the front lines, the conservationists, they have a new and pretty unexpected ally. This ally, it doesn't wear camouflage, it doesn't track footprints. Instead, it sees the world in data and thinks in algorithms. So let's dive into how this incredible technology is totally changing the game for wildlife protection. I want to start with just one single number, minus 73%. Let that sink in for a second. According to the World Wildlife Fund, that is the average drop in monitored wildlife populations since 1970. I mean, wow. This isn't just some statistic on a page, it is a blaring, 5-alarm fire bell for the health of our entire planet. And here's the problem they're up against. Just try to picture this. A protected park that's 3 times the size of Los Angeles. Now imagine trying to patrol that entire area with just over 70 rangers. That is the actual reality in places like Cambodia's Skripok Wildlife Sanctuary. Conservationists are almost always undermanned, outgunned, and facing down ruthless poachers across these enormous, remote landscapes. It's a nearly impossible task. So where do you even begin to tackle a problem that big? Well, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to look at the crisis, introduce this new tech partner, see how it actually works, check out its predictive powers, talk about the risks, and that's important, and finally, see what the future of conservation really looks like.
Okay, first things first, let's really get a grip on the stakes here. The World Economic Forum, they rank biodiversity loss as one of the biggest threats to global stability in the next decade. This isn't just about losing beautiful animals. It's about the very fabric of our ecosystems unraveling, the systems that give us the air we breathe and the food we eat.
So what's causing all this? Well, many scientists are calling it the 6th mass extinction. And the scary part, unlike the other 5, this one is, it's on us. Everything from clearing forests for farms to the illegal wildlife trade, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The pressure on the natural world is just immense, and it's all connected. So how do we fight back against something so massive? This is where artificial intelligence comes in. Now, it's not some magic wand that's going to make poaching disappear overnight. No way. Think of it more like a powerful partner, a force multiplier, that gives those frontline rangers a real fighting chance. AI's superpower in this fight really boils down to 2 things: scale and speed. A human researcher, a really good one, might take months to sort through a few thousand photos from a camera trap. An AI can do it in minutes. It chews through these massive, complex data sets. We're talking satellite signals, audio recordings, you name it, and it spots patterns that are literally invisible to the human eye. So what does this actually look like in the real world? It all starts with being able to see. AI is helping build this incredible monitoring system for the planet on a scale we could have only dreamed of before. It's turning what used to be a trickle of information into this comprehensive, real-time view of what's happening out there. Right now, conservationists are basically flooded with data coming from every direction. I mean, we're talking about millions of images from hidden forest cameras, constant satellite feeds watching for deforestation, even audio recorders that are capturing every sound in a rainforest. The problem isn't getting the data anymore, it's trying to make sense of it all. And this is exactly where AI becomes the solution. You have platforms like Wildlife Insights, which was developed by groups like WWF and Google, and they are built to handle that data deluge. They use AI to automatically identify species in millions of photos, turning this mountain of data that no one could get through into actual intelligence that folks on the ground can use. And the ways they're using this are just so cool and so diverse. Global Forest Watch uses AI to scan satellite images for illegal logging. In Costa Rica, you have acoustic monitors that can pick out the specific calls of endangered spider monkeys. There's even a trout spotter AI that can recognize individual fish just by their spots. And then you have TrailGuard AI cameras that can tell the difference between a tiger and a poacher and send an alert to rangers in real time. It's amazing. But just seeing what's happening right now, that's only half the battle. This is where it gets really mind-blowing. The real game changer is using AI to predict what's going to happen next. This is all about shifting from being reactive, responding after a poacher has already set a trap, to being proactive and stopping them before they even get the chance. And a key tool here is something called PAWS. You can think of it like a strategic advisor for the rangers. It takes in tons of data on the terrain, past poaching incidents, where animals hang out.
But here's the clever part. It also uses game theory, which means it's trying to predict how the poachers will think and react to the rangers' patrols. It's like a chess match. So in practice, PAWS makes these predictive maps, color-coding areas by how risky they are. But it doesn't just send rangers to the same hotspot over and over. It suggests smart, randomized routes to keep the poachers guessing. And the results? They speak for themselves. In a field test in Cambodia, rangers who patrol the areas PAWS pointed out recovered more than double the number of deadly snares. Double. Okay. With all this incredible power, of course, comes great responsibility. So it's really, really important to take a step back and remember that AI is just a tool. And like any powerful tool, it has risks. And it means we have to think very carefully about how, where, and why we're using it. This quote from Nicola Mial's Healing nails it. We have to avoid what he calls techno-solutionism, this idea that technology all by itself can solve these huge, complex problems. A brilliant algorithm is totally useless without the expertise of rangers and scientists and local communities there to guide it. And this is the question that probably keeps conservationists up at night. The exact same tech that can help you pinpoint an endangered animal's location to protect it, what happens if that falls into the wrong hands? Poachers could use it to target that very same animal. Securing this data it's everything. So how do we move forward the right way? Well, it means building some really clear guardrails. First, rock-solid data security is non-negotiable. Second, you have to develop this technology with local and indigenous communities, respecting their knowledge. We also have to think about the energy footprint of these big AI systems. And, critically, we have to uphold the data rights of the people who've been the stewards of these lands for generations. All of this brings us to what I think is the most important point. The future of conservation isn't about replacing people with machines. Not at all. It's about creating a powerful partnership that combines the very best of both worlds. And if we look to the future, you see projects like Microsoft Sparrow that show what's possible. I mean, just imagine a network of tiny, solar-powered sensors that can sit out in the most remote places on Earth for years, just listening and watching and beaming back crucial data via satellite. That could solve the huge problem of just keeping an eye on places that are almost impossible for people to get to. But in the end, you have to see the whole picture. AI technology is just one slice of the pie. It only really works when it's combined with the courage of frontline rangers, the incredible deep knowledge of local communities, the rigor of science, and the political will of governments. If you take away any one of those pieces, the whole thing gets weaker. And so that's the thought I want to leave you with. AI gives us this incredible new set of tools. It's a way to see more, understand faster, and act smarter. But the technology itself, it doesn't have any passion. It has no courage. The real power isn't in the code. It's in the hands of the dedicated, passionate people who use it to protect our planet. That partnership, that's where the real hope is.